Hi. I'm late as hell to this, but can you blame me though? Honestly, as a person that doesn't necessarily like to look at a lot of drama stuff, especially with regards to the space that you're in or that you work with and stuff like that, do I really want to interact with this stuff, honestly? Like, my ass is doing other things, focusing on making, at least trying to make better content, interesting topics at least. But when it comes down to things, I'm always hearing about some type of drama that someone screwed somebody's wife or some nonsense like that, or someone ate someone's ass on Saturn. How the hell is that possible? Your ass is getting twisted around by the damn wind. You got no time to be eating the ass. You're dead. But anyway, I just keep seeing a lot of drama, and honestly, at the end of the day, when it comes to the whole Yaki thing, I know some things that now happen. I don't know everything. I don't care to know everything. I'm just gonna be honest. Hope the individuals involved that got screwed over will be okay. Hope the people that, allowed this menace to be in their group or selected party or whatever actually learned the lesson or whatever. I don't know, and again, I really don't care. But my whole thing when it comes down to it, after listening to the story, because from what I get, it sounded like there was a lot of, cloud chasing, but not really. But then at the same time, there's also like using connections to beat the shit out of some people into submission, and ruining someone's like whole position at Sega or something like that. And like abusive relationships, someone almost died, apparently some pets got hurt or something. And then once I kind of basically looked at the document myself and saw how long this shit was, I promptly shut that shit up, mainly because I was not about to read this, honestly. So you know what I did? I watched a few bits from Omni, watched a few bits from Kiho, and basically I'm just gonna come down with my own damn conclusion of things when it comes down to stuff. Apparently, from what I see, or at least what the problem essentially boils down to, is that you selected a friend that you really shouldn't have, and basically just, have like a level of trust or something. Maybe relationships are involved in this too. I suppose that kind of sucks. I don't necessarily fully understand again, but when it comes down to things, I'm just gonna take a few moments, I guess, to just basically make this a PSA for any VTuber that's out there that's in my position, or basically in a bigger position with bigger opportunities surrounded by super huge people who probably will never watch this damn video because I'm freaking irrelevant. But when it comes down to things, I'm just gonna be very, very, very much honest with you. Selecting your friends is by far like something that you gotta be careful on. I'm not necessarily gonna lie. Even if your friend give you like so many things, or they just talk nothing but praises to you, or something of the sort, you always have to keep at least in the back of your head that, oh man, they might F me over at some point in time. They might pull the trigger on me at some point in time to screw me over. Especially if you're talking to somebody that you just don't know and you just started talking to, or you talk for a while but you still don't know if you fully trust them yet. Or, well, really, I wouldn't even say you shouldn't even fully trust anybody, honestly. I would say you could trust somebody, but not to the point where, fully believe everything that they do or everything that they say. Honestly, this is why, and I said this before, but I said it a long time ago, have low expectations of people. You'll never be disappointed if you do have this. I'm not necessarily gonna lie, you can have low expectations of your favorite person. It could be about me, it could be literally about your own damn family. Have low expectations of people until they give you a reason to kind of care, or to give you a reason that they're not necessarily as low as you think they are. That's when you can finally raise your expectation of that individual person. Outside of that, everybody has low expectations. Like, I'll be very honest with you, I have so much of a low expectations of people in general. It doesn't even like bother me. Like, it doesn't even matter who you are. You could literally be like on some PewDiePie level. Hell, you could be PewDiePie himself. I don't care about you. Honestly, if you're not connected to me or anything I care about, then I will, have some reason to care, depending on what and how it is. But honestly, I genuinely do not care for a lot of people. I'll just be straight up honest with you. Even when it comes to majority of the content creators that's online and VTubers as well that do stuff, anytime I'm like usually hearing something about them, whether it's something good or bad, I kind of just get annoyed because I generally just do not care as a person, honestly. Because I'm like, are they talking to me? Why the hell should I freaking care? Crazy ass mentality. But I'm telling you, it works to have low expectations sometimes. One person that I will always bring up as an example that I have an expectation of because she quite literally hasn't done anything wrong or steered me in the wrong direction ever when I needed her, you know, for help and stuff. That's Alice, or Vita now, because she changed from Alice to Vita, which I guess she's a PS Vita now. But when it comes down to things, someone like Alice, or again, Vita, never really steered me wrong in a bad direction. She was the one to give me a chance to actually try to become some damn body on this platform, and I will forever be grateful for that. And you know, and if there's anything I can absolutely do to help her ass out, I'll be more than happy to, if I'm in a position to do so, you know? However, if Alice were to come through and just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna need something from you, or you're not gonna be able to do a certain thing, then I'm gonna be like, hey, yo, and that's gonna feel a bit weird. Granted, you know, again, like I said, that's just an example, but shit like that does often happen, honestly, and it's such a crazy ass thing. And it's mainly because they just want to get somebody, it's mainly just because they just want somebody to be lower than them to not reach that level of where they at, and it's kind of crazy, honestly. You really just gotta know who you really trust, honestly. Like, the reason why I put so much faith in Alice, or Vita now, or PS Vita, is essentially because she hasn't steered me wrong, right? She hasn't done anything negative towards me, against me, or anything like that, or really towards any person that I've seen that I know, right? She hasn't really done anything that's like crazy. And even when, hell, there is often times, and I don't really need to say this, but I'll tell you anyway, there's been often times where I had to ask her for help when it comes to things I just don't know, especially when it comes to personal life problems and stuff like that. I don't ask her for help all the time because I try to figure things out because, you know, I don't want to take up someone else's time, but sometimes I do ask for help, and she does be giving some very insightful and helpful things, and you know, it just makes me feel good that I actually have someone that I could talk to in you know, in a way, kind of rely on in a way, you know, and that's great, you know, and that's why I kind of like have that faith with her that, you know, I believe that she's someone that can make it, or that she's someone that can absolutely do some damn goodness forsaken ass world that we currently live in. But definitely when it comes down to things, I can only put that expectation on her because she has proven herself to be, you know, a good person and have that good spirit and something like that. I would like to hope that maybe that's the opposite. I like to hope that maybe that's a vice versa way of how she kind of thinks in a way. But when it comes down to things, that didn't just come off of, oh, we collabed the one time and then, you know, we just trust each other automatically. No, that has to come up after, you know, some time of building up that friendship and seeing how that kind of goes and seeing how that works out for things, you know, seeing where they kind of stand. Where do you stand when they're at a low point when it comes to somebody, you know? Even when I made the abandonment issue video, you know, not too long ago, she came through and sent me like a nice motivational video to watch, and that was nice of her. She didn't have to do that. She could have just said, F this dude, let him suffer his depression. No, but she came through and she actually, you know, at least did that. And that was nice of her. She ain't had to do that. But when it comes down to things, that just kind of show you, like, at least the friendship on how things is when it comes down to things. You know, when it comes to two people that have a mutual understanding of each other. If you bring someone in that's just new and don't know necessarily what they're doing, or they just have powerful ass connections and just know how to just get around certain things, but you don't know anything about them, that's some shady shit. Let's be honest with you. That is some shady shit that you just gotta avoid. And especially if you're gonna get in a relationship with somebody like that. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you, and this ain't really no surprise, and I think I said this multiple times before. I never had a girlfriend before. I never been with any damn body. And to be honest, I'm kind of glad I haven't been in it, mainly because at this current moment in time, I'm so focused on just trying to get my name out there and trying to get myself over in a way to the point I don't have time to be chasing after some ass as much as I need it. But when it comes down to things, I don't have the time to be chasing after some Asian booty as much as I need it. But when it comes down to things, I'm trying to focus on myself, trying to figure my thing out. And the last thing I want is someone to come through, either A, just use me and rob me for all the shit that I got and ruin my damn reputation and get me canceled for some dumbass shit, or B, basically take up all my time and I can't necessarily do what I need to do. Once I make it, then yes, the Asian booty must come. That's literally how it's gonna be. But before that, I need to get this going. I need this channel to honestly beat some people, honestly. Just absolutely ass blast through a lot of the things that I've been trying to work on for the last 4 years, essentially, almost. And, you know, it's that time to actually get some shit going. It's way past that time, but it's really that time now, honestly. As Max's friend Kenny would say from the Legend of Zelda retro playthrough that they did not too long ago, with him being the Mr. Nintendo man was literally like, you gotta strike fast and eat ass.
Master Sword and Master Arrow.
Fuck. Alright.
He's invisible, the fireballs will let you know where he's at, and you have to strike fast.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Nintendo Man. Thank you.
Strike fast and eat ass.
So I will. Alright, thank you.
I'm trying to strike fast right now. The eating ass will come later. But when it comes down to things, essentially, you know, work on yourself, I would say. Mainly, it's the main goal I would kind of end up giving you when it comes down to this video. Strike fast, do what you gotta do first, and just focus on what you can do to, you know, solidify yourself. And as far as like your trusting of other people go, I won't say you can't make new friends. I refuse to say that. I feel like you can always make a new friend. There's no reason why you can't. But just be careful of who you become friends with. Again, this is the internet where people have screens and not show their face. Like, this is the type of platform that people that can exist on while ever showing their face, and they can get tons of money and tons of clout and fame and fortune and all this type of stuff. Yet they could be a crack addict and you never necessarily know. Or they could be a serial killer and you necessarily don't know. Or, and unfortunately, this is a lot of people, they could be predators and you never really essentially know. Or animal abusers and you never really know. And that's kind of like the main thing. Like, out of anybody outside of the friends of that VTuber or YouTuber or streamer or whatever, the fans get fooled heavily because they believe in this content creator. They believe that they can do some good, that they actually can bring some good times. But no, the moment something cancelable comes through, then that's when shit hits the fan, whether it's true or not. And that's the kind of unfortunate thing. Even if the statements that comes through is false as hell, you know, the fans are still gonna be like, well, we still don't like you anyway because you didn't really prove anything. And even if you were to talk about it, and hell, Oshino Koi did a good ass video, episode 6 I think, on this, where they talked about this. Even if you come out with a statement, or you apologize, or you try to clear the air, you're still gonna get shit on. So it doesn't really matter at this point, honestly, when it comes to getting canceled. So just do what you do, but just don't be an asshole about what you do. That's essentially what you have to deal with. And, you know, it's just rough out this streets, honestly. This is what I'm saying. I would rather, if you can't handle content creation and stuff like this, I would rather you not be a content creator and, you know, be just whatever you want to be, instead of someone that does become a content creator, get hate like this, and then ends up wanting to end themselves because they couldn't handle it. I'd rather see you alive more than dead. That's just me. But when it comes down to things, essentially, what I want people to take away from this video, especially if you're a VTuber too and you're someone that's growing and you're new and stuff like that, definitely, again, essentially, take what you have, keep it close, and definitely, if you're gonna necessarily have friends in your group and circle, see where they are, sense the type of person that they is, try to fill out their spirit, honestly. Which a lot of people probably don't do because y'all don't believe in anything. But try to sense out what type of person they are. And if you can sense that there's something wrong, or you feel off in any shape and form, or you don't feel like something's right, you might need to just either get away from them or keep them at a distance. You don't necessarily have to keep, 100% get away from everybody, but keep them at a distance. Even when it comes to your audience and fans, right? Keep them at a distance unless you know that they've proven time and time again they've been some good homies. Then maybe you could keep them in a little bit closer. But outside of that, still make sure that, at the end of the day, your career, your, job, if you want to call it that, or your hobby or whatever, is not necessarily ruined by someone that you thought you could trust but then end up folding you. That's the last thing you need. Because I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I don't want to get canceled. I'm pretty sure your ass don't want to get canceled. Because you know why I don't want to get canceled? Outside of losing everything, I don't want to sit down, write a 10-page, 37-page Google document. I have no patience for that. I have literally no patience for that. I'd rather just come through a video, just throw something up and just be that. Honestly. And then just disappear for like a few years off of YouTube, depending on what the cancelable thing is. But still, when it comes down to things, I'd rather not. I'd rather absolutely not deal with a whole document. So unless you don't want to write a document, a whole 5, 10, 100-page document, I don't know what the hell, then you might not want to get canceled, honestly. Again, just be careful who you're dealing with, trusting, and make sure you're fighting for what you believe in and fighting in the right way. Again, there's been many times where I'm like, damn, I just want to start drama or some shit because I'm tired of being in the same position. But would I be comfortable stepping over people that has given me a chance, or people that believes in me and what I want to do? Essentially, again, just be careful what you're doing and just do things the right way. Is it really that damn hard? Yes, it kind of is, mainly because you want to get somewhere fast. And look at my damn position. I should be at 10K by now. Guess where I'm at? Still out of 1,000. But I understand it though. So I get it. But do the right thing though. Let's just be honest. But anyway, that's essentially all I really want to say for this one. So hopefully you did enjoy. I do not know if I'm editing this. We'll see. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Be a Patreon member as well. Have a blessed day.